Okay, so we are now in towards the end of our whole project, and towards the end, you're going to now finalize your rooms. And one of the things that you need to finalize it on is the room tags. Okay, so if you see here the example, we have a room tags, and in this room tag, you have a box. And important things that are in this box is basically the area of the room number, the OLF, which stands for the occupant load factor, and OL, which stands for the occupant load. So these are the things that's on the room tag. Um, so kitchens, bathrooms, they don't have any room occupant load factors. They're not. Nobody is actually um, staying there on a kitchenette and bathrooms. They just use it temporarily, so it doesn't have an occupant load factor. So we learned about occupant load factors in module 3 when we discussed our building code. Okay, and we learned that our building is occupancy group A. And then in module 4, we when we started our schematic floor plan, we learned about building code. I mean the occupant loads again. Um, and this dictated to us that we need to have two exits, and that's why we have two exits, and we have two stairs because we have two floors. Okay, so now we're going to go back onto that one. If you want to go back to your module 3, you can click on this link over here, and then you can just go back to the building code. And module 4, we learned about occupant loads again, and you can click on this one, and it will bring you to this document. You can go directly to the building code. If you click on this one and you look at the building code, it will open for you the building code occupant loads over here. This is under areas without fixed seating. Fixed seatings are your theaters where you have stadiums. Those are fixed seatings where you can't move the seat. But if it's an open space, then it's considered to be a without fixed seating, and you can see your occupant loads on this building code table. Okay, so we are going to create room tags, and this is going to be part of your independent work. You're going to do this for all your rooms, and you're going to do it in AutoCAD. So let's start it. Let's start, and let me show you how to do this, and then you're going to do the rest by yourself. Okay. Okay, so we're going to create our own room tag to indicate our um, occupant load and load occupant load factor and occupant load. You also need to turn off now our furniture. So double click on your viewport and let's find the layer of the furniture. And we need to turn that off. I think it's base rev 3, first floor, and it should be when it says fern on it. There you go, fern, and we're going to just turn that off. We can actually freeze it, okay, so it doesn't be part of regen, but it's okay. And then some rooms like this one, they may be too small for the information that we want to put in. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our own box here. So let's try to copy first these. And the height of this one is, let's see, 1/8. So let's put it at 116. Okay. Um, and change the layer to maybe pin 1. There you go. And we're going to type in, first we're going to need to put in a room number. So room number. Okay. And then we're just going to copy again and turn on my ortho. Oops, sorry. Turn on my ortho. Go. And we're going to put in our occupant load factor. And we're going to put in our occupant load. And I'm just eyeballing this right now. Okay. And then let's make a line and make sure we are in layer pin 1. Okay. And then just do an offset of 1/8 above like that. Okay. And then do another line to connect them and then copy that line here and maybe here. Let's do a mirror. So it's just balance. And let's do a fillet. Okay, we can create an attribute on here and make it a block, but we only have a few rooms here, so we're just going to create it manually and then copy it. So for this one, you may want to start with room number 1 here on your entry, okay, or maybe this whole piece here, and you got to label that and find the area. So that's what you're going to do for all these rooms over here, but I'm just showing you an example. So here, this may be room number 3. So we're going to put here, we're going to copy first these 1, 2, and 3, copy it from here to here. And we're going to put here 3 for the room number. And then this is not closet. This is actually office. This is the office. And we have to go back to our building code and look at the office. And the office is going to be business areas. Okay. But it is not a concentrated business area. Concentrated business area that's designated here. Concentrated business area. These are examples are like stock trading floors, call centers where there's more people using the space as a business. So we're just going to use here for the business area because it's an office 150 of the gross. Okay, 150 of the gross. So here we know that the occupant load will be 150. Okay, and because this is 202, we're going to simply divide this by 202, right? And it's going to be 1 point something, right? So uh, just to show you, calculator, we have 202 square feet, and we're going to divide that by 150, and you're going to get 1.34. So if you have 1.34, you will always need to round up. So 1.34, because we can't fit 0.34 of a person, right? And if you go to 1, that means that you are missing 0.34 of a person. So that's why we always round up. So 1.34 will have to be rounded to an occupant load of 2. So always round up. There you go. Okay. And then all we really have to do is do a line, point to the room, and put a donut. You can put an arrow. We want a 0 hole and 1/16 diameter. And put it there like that. There you go. So that's going to be our room tag. This is an office. The area is 202 square feet. And you can actually put in just like on our example here. You can actually put in all of the information in one box. Okay, you can put the area here, the room number, occupant load factor, and occupant load. So you can always do that. So here we had 142 square feet. divided by 150, that's 0.9 something. So the occupant load is rounded up. Okay. Here you have 237. 237 divided by 150. Oh, this one is 100. Um, so yeah. So office. Let's look at the building code again. Building code. Yeah, it's actually 150 of the gross over here. So it depends on what kind of office. If this is an office for outpatient areas, for institutional, then it's going to be 100. So actually, this one, the example that I'm showing here, I think this one is from part of a gymnasium or something. I forgot where I got this, but this is from another project. Anyway, the occupant load for our project, which is an assembly business area, 150. Okay. Uh, yeah. So you're going to look at your rooms and find the occupant load on the use of that space. Okay. So you will see storage, but this is for mercantile, and you are actually here in assembly. Uh, so yeah, see concourse, baggage, and so this is for so whatever use you need. Okay. Our main floor, which is the seating area for our cafe, is an assembly area, but we are doing assembly without fixed seats because there's um, chairs and tables. So our occupant load will be 15 on that one. Okay. And then we have our business areas is 150 gross over here. And basically that's it. Uh, for our restroom, restrooms are mostly unoccupied. Okay. So it doesn't have a load factor because it is for temporary use. Nobody sits there 8 hours a day. They only use it for a few minutes, so it's considered to be a zero occupant load. Okay, so going back to here, yeah, do this for each room. Put this. You can combine it whatever you want, or you can create this call out or room tag. Um, and maybe this is too small. Maybe just looking at the size of the text. Okay, so maybe it's too small. So I'll just we can just scale it. I'll just scale it to 2. There you go. Okay, so maybe that's better. Anyway, that's what you're gonna do for all of this. You also have a second floor here. Turn off your furniture, and that's gonna be part of your assignment. And we're gonna use these room numbers later when we go to our next document. Okay.